So, Assalamualaikum. My name is Leila. Okay, today what I'll be talking with you is my makeup, and basically what it will cover is how I do my makeup at the same time making it wudu friendly. Now, for those who are watching that don't know what wudu is, it's basically an obligatory routine that Muslims have to do uh, before they perform their prayers, and it involves washing certain body parts. Okay, so the things that I'm going to cover today are basically how I um, cover my face with foundation or whatnot, and then my eyes, and also a bit of color and a bit of shimmer. Okay, so for the face, so what I do actually is I only have about three things that I use on different occasions, depending on how many coverage that I want to have at that time, or that for that certain occasion. Okay, so I have a full coverage foundation, BB cream, and also just a typical translucent powder. Okay, so I use the foundation for days that I will need full coverage. For example, if there is a formal occasion, or if I'm doing some recording, then I'll definitely wear my foundation because I need to have more even skin tone, and also I need it to last longer. But the thing is, because foundation is quite full coverage, so it takes a longer time to take it off. And while I really like, having flawless complexion, I'm not big into, having to constantly applying and removing and reapplying every time I do my prayers, right? So, foundations are something that I do maybe once a week, or twice a week when I have appointments that I need to go for, that I need to look presentable. Okay, on most days, on days that I go out and do what I need to do, I definitely use BB cream. So this is because you know I feel like I've been wearing makeup for such a long time. I've been obsessed with makeup since I can remember. My mom used to joke how even when I was a toddler, I would be carrying a small purse with her lipsticks that I've sneaked into my purse. So because I've been trying and experimenting with a lot of makeups for more than 10, 15 years, so I would feel very bare if I don't have some sort of color on my face. So I definitely use a BB cream. I used to use a tinted moisturizer, but it's always better to have coverage, and also you wear something that's good for your skin. So I definitely wear a BB cream on most days. Okay, now, okay, for those, so BB creams are for my normal days. So on days that I feel like I need to give my skin a break, for example, a very casual day on a Sunday, or maybe in the morning, or at night when I've worn a full face, and I've washed everything and I need to go out, but I really don't want to wear anything. I really just wear a translucent powder. So translucent powders, oops, sorry. So so translucent powders are basically powders to make sure I don't look too undone just because sometimes, um, for personal preference, I don't like to look too shiny, and my skin does have the tendency to look a bit oily over time. Not, I don't really have oily skin. Actually, I have relatively dry skin, but because for some reason, I don't know, I guess it's my T zone. I have oily T zones. So I do just powder my T zones with a translucent powder. Okay, so the idea of me telling you this is because, I see a lot of people wearing a lot of makeup and a lot of time, and I think, as a person that loves makeup and loves seeing people in makeup, I think it's not how do I say this? Hmm. I think it's a bit inappropriate, but it's, personal choice. But for me personally, I think it's a bit inappropriate for me to look done all the time, and it's really a waste of time for me because, as a Muslimah, I have to pray 5 times, and it's illogical for me to keep my wudu the whole day, which is impossible. You have to go through your motions every day, if you know what I mean. So so this is the foundation that I use for days that I need a full coverage. Okay, it's awesome, but then I don't recommend it so much for dry skin because you would have to put on a very moisturizing or very thick moisturizer before you wear that, because um it does tend to make your dry patches look really obvious. Yes, that's the word, obvious. God, it took me like 2 minutes. Anyway, so but I do that on occasions that I have appointments, or functions that I need the a really good coverage, and also days where I know I'm going to take a lot of photos. That's the one that I go for. Okay, so this is the BB cream that I use right as of now. I'm just showing it just to give you an idea and show you what I have in my bag, but I don't really recommend this one. Just for the reason why, for me personally, it has a really big glitter specks that I don't really like for some reason. I'm more drawn towards a really satin finish, like a glowing finish, right? A dewy one. But this one just gives you too much shimmer. So, no, it's not for me. You should go ahead and try it at Sephora. Definitely try it. It might be for you. But I think for Asians in general, we don't like too much glitter on our face. You know, I mean, I wear glitter, like there's glitter here, and stuff. But for a foundation or for a BB cream, it's not ideal for me personally. Okay, okay. So for translucent powder, I'll show you what mine is. Mine is pressed, just because I'm very, it's white. It comes off white, but once you wipe it down, it it's not that obvious. So the reason why I have a pressed powder as my translucent powder is just for the sole reason because I'm clumsy, and I always spill things, and I always don't close things properly when I'm supposed to, and it ends up spilling everywhere and drives me crazy. So, and this one is good because it's hard to break. I mean, it does break, but it doesn't break as easily. So, plus point for clumsy people like me. Okay, so that's done. So on to the eye area. Okay, so I'm a big, huge, um, you know, fanatic about my eye area, especially my eyebrows. I have been obsessed about my eyebrows since I was probably 12, and I'm 25 now, so that's like 13 years. So what I usually do is I never go out without some some eyebrow shaping. Okay, why this is important is because I feel like, um for me, because I have relatively okay skin, but I feel like, when you look at a person, the first, you have conversations with them, and you tend to look at their eyes. And if you, I'm sure you watch Michelle Phan's video and stuff, and what she says, that eyes are sorry, the eyebrows are the frames to your eyes, and I completely agree. So what I do is I always, without fail, before I get out of the house, I definitely draw a bit. As you can see, I draw a bit on my eyebrows, and I'm good to go. Whether I'm wearing my powder, my foundation, or my BB cream, my eyebrows are a must. So, you know, if you want to have the extra look where you want to look very clean cut on your face, but you don't want to pile on the makeup, you should definitely think about um, always taking care of your eyebrows, because I feel like it makes a huge difference between, not having a well groomed eyebrows and, always keeping it groomed. So once done, okay, I am a big um, mascara collector. Okay, so these are just three that I can show you right now. Three, but I actually have a total of maybe eight, 10 um, mascaras in my bag. Well, I can't show it to you now because it's in different handbags and my purses and stuff. Just because that's how much I love mascaras. I need to have it all the time. Okay, so what I do is I have it with me. And one tip that I have to emphasize for Muslimas, for to buy mascaras or to buy anything makeup in general, is don't buy waterproof stuff. Just don't. Purely because uh, it takes a longer time and a bit more effort for you to remove the makeup. And for me personally, I feel like, I need to wear something that's easy for my makeup remover to wipe off. Whereas for mascaras and for eyeliners and stuff, the waterproof formulas are a bit of a struggle to take off, and usually it would take for you to wipe it off and then wash your whole face with a cleanser. And I really can't do that to my face 5 times a day. So, you know screw perfect mascaras, the ones that don't budge. I don't care. I use non-waterproof mascaras all the way. Okay, so for eyeliners, you can see I'm wearing some right now, but I actually don't on 95% of the time, because I actually have relatively okay um eyelashes, where I just need to curl them, and I wear my mascara and it looks fine, and I do just that. But it really varies on some people, because I feel like um, what works for me, because I have okay eyelashes to work on. So I really just work on the mascaras all the way. I put like three coats at a time. Whereas for some people, just because they have nicer eye shapes, it looks better for them to put on eyeliners. Yeah, and I don't really recommend, on a daily basis, for you to wear both at the same time, just because it's it's complicated for you to take it off for 5 times a day. Okay, so but realistically, it's only 3 times a day. When you're out and about, when you're at home, when you're doing your Maghrib prayers. I'm sure you're at home, and you don't need to worry about makeup. So realistically, 3 times a day. But regardless, you know, don't wear it. Don't wear both unless you have a big event or you're looking good for something. Then that's fine. But on a daily basis, you're more likely to not have not have how do I say this? You're more likely to not take it off completely. And when you take your wudu, well, this is Mila. When you take your wudu, I start to worry. Did I take my eyeliner and my mascara off properly? I hope so. So I don't want to have that worry, and I don't want other people to, have that worry as well. So keep that in mind. Just use one. Okay, next. Okay, so for lipsticks, I can't show you mine because I can't find my lipsticks because my mom wore them over the weekend. But what I do is I definitely use lip liners. So I use lip liners because my lips tend to bleed a lot when I wear makeup. So I do that. So, and then another tip is because I love makeup, but the thing is, I've tried to downsize and abstain myself. Can you say abstain? I've tried to hold myself back in makeup. So what I do, um, I learned it from someone, but I can't remember who told me. What I do is I buy the miniature sized ones. So the ones that I'm going to show you are all from Benefit. So these are the primers, and these are the shimmer and the stains, the lip and cheek stain. So these come in small bottles. So you're not gonna get this by itself. But what you do is you go to Sephora and you go to the counter, and you'll see that they sell them in small packages that they've already named, and they will sell them like this in a set. Like for example, these were together, and sorry, okay, and these are the what do you call it, concealer. So the concealer came with this and this, and this three came with this, right? So this is the eye primer. So why that's important is because I pray 5 times a day, so I need all this makeup with me, and I don't want my bag to weigh like a ton. So what I do is I try to find these alternatives, and I do it. So biggest tip there is buy miniature sizes. Don't get the sample sizes one because for some reason I feel like they are actually expired products that they repackage, but maybe it's just me. I have sensitive skin, so maybe that's why it reacts badly. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please comment if there's anything that you want to see more. For example, my brushes, or you want to see specifically all the brands that I use. Don't forget to subscribe and like my page. Assalamualaikum. Thanks, guys.